What determines what kind of parent you will be? Well, I think for so many of us, we think it's like who we are, Like, am I someone who really loves routines? Am I someone who's super outdoorsy and I'm going to show my kids the value of a gorgeous life lived outdoors? Am I someone who's really academic or deeply, deeply invested in connected, kind parenting? Perhaps even committed to undoing the pain of past generations? Well, my friends, you may have figured this out already. But what determines the kind of parent you will be is somewhat who you are. But a lot of it is your child. See, some of us have little ducklings, and they're content to follow your parental guidance. They're just naturally born that way, with a temperament that lets you lead. And so, yes, in those cases, who you are will have a whole lot of say in how your relationship is and who they turn out to be, to some extent. They're still always their own person. But some of us and some people are more malleable than others. Now, some of us don't really have ducklings. We have wolf pups. They're wild. They like to play. They play by nipping and biting and leaping on you. And they are less apt to just listen to where you want to go. They roam. They have ideas of their own. And they're just a little wild. Sometimes they even feel a little feral. So here's the deal. These kids are just as wonderful. They're a little harder to parent, to be sure, but they're incredibly surprising and amazing and will keep things fun and lively and definitely help you grow out of your comfort zone. Now, some of you have one duckling and one wolf pup, or several, and you know just what I'm talking about. So here's the deal. Just like if you decide to get married, the person that you marry will have a lot to do with the kind of marriage that you have. With parenthood, it's even more so because honestly, you choose the person you marry. You get the person who your child is. We don't choose them unless perhaps in some spiritual way we do. But really what we do is we choose to have a child, any child. And then that child comes to us and they are who they are. And that act of learning to love someone that you've never met, that you didn't choose the personality of, is one of the most incredible acts of love that I think so many of us will ever have the right and privilege to know. So to answer that question full circle, what determines the kind of parent you will be? Well, it's a combination of fate, you, your values, and who you will be parenting. Because they will absolutely alter that conversation. And so it should be.